Welcome back, Dolphins fans. We got a lot to talk about today. We have some devastating news from the secondary. And the defense, and the offense are pretty much doing what they need to do. Tua's doing great. A lot to talk about. We're going to get into it, but make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. Before we do, first off, Kader Kohu is gonzo. He suffered a season-ending knee injury on Saturday. And, well, that sucks. That makes things very complicated. And I'm going to be real with you. I don't think we go into the season now without Rasul Douglas. I think we're going to offer him a contract that he wants. And we're going to go sign him probably very soon. I can expect probably in the next week or so we'll probably sign Rasul Douglas because, having the other guys that we just brought in are cool. If Kader was going to be out there, Kader suffering a season-ending injury, you need Rasul Douglas. You need to have somebody that obviously he wasn't the best last year, but someone that can actually man the role. So we're going to get into the Miami Herald. We're going to go over the highlights today. So red zone scrimmage, first team, Farrell Brown with the 5-yard catch and trucked someone. Tailback Devon Achane had a run for a short gain, incomplete to receiver Malik Washington in the back right corner of the end zone. Second team, Zach Wilson and Jalen Wright fumbled the handoff. Wright with a touchdown run. Grayson Murphy sacked Wilson. I'm hearing that it was probably like a quarterback fumble. I don't think it was Jalen Wright on that one. Scrimmages again. Tailback Devon Achane with a short gain. Cornerback Cornell Armstrong blitz and would have gotten the sack. Receiver Jalen Waddle caught a hitch and took it 15 yards. There we go. Second team linebacker Willie Gay sacks Zach Wilson. Dude, this guy is probably going to make a push for the starting role. Tanner Connor with a short catch and run. D. Eskridge with the long touchdown grab over cornerback Jack Jones and safety Jordan Colbert. D. Eskridge is having a pretty decent camp as well. Third team, Willie Gay Jr. sacks Quinn Ewers. Guys all over the field. Tight end Julian Hill, 5-yard catch before being stopped by cornerback Cam Smith. That is good to hear. Special teams, Ryan Stonehouse punts have been more consistent than that of Jake Bailey. So, it's Jake Bailey. He kind of, I don't know, he sucked. He's just not good. I don't know why we still have him. So, hopefully we go into Ryan Stonehouse. Stephen Ross was in attendance today. First team scrimmage. Jalen Waddle had a 15-yard grab in traffic with cornerback Storm Duck as the closest person in coverage. Julian Hill dropped a flat route. Oh, my goodness. I don't know why. I cannot wait till Darren Waller gets in here because I just don't think Julian Hill is going to see the field. He's just Julian Hill. There's a certain point where you have to give up on your projects. Tailback Devon Achane with a 6-yard run up the gut behind guard James Daniels. There we go. He's cleared. He's playing. I like that. Obviously, the offense is going to be doing a lot better with James Daniels in the lineup. But linebacker Terrell Dodson made the stop. Great to hear. Achane with a 4-yard run for the first down. Stopped by defensive tackle Kenneth Grant, baby. There you go. Kenneth Grant getting in the mix. Jalen Wright with an 8-yard run off the pitch to the right. That's what I'm talking about. I want to see Wright doing some more things in training camp. He's having an okay one, but not what I thought he was going to have. Jalen Wright dumped in the backfield by linebacker KJ Britt and Willie Gay Jr. Alexander Madison with a 15-yard run. Madison stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tailback Ollie Gordon with a 2-yard run up the middle. First team, Nick Westbrook-Akine with a 7-yard grab. Waddle took a screen 25 yards. Dude, I cannot wait till this year. I think Waddle's going to have an explosive year. Tight end Tanner Connor with a 5-yard grab. Westbrook-Akine with a 15-yard snag. Cornerback Cornell Armstrong in coverage. Westbrook-Akine or Akine, I don't know. He's starting to ramp up his catches. I think he's going to be a pivotal wide receiver this year because he's 6'2". He's 6'3" if I'm not mistaken. So this dude, and I think he had 8 touchdowns last year. So he's going to be pivotal. The second team defensive tackle, Matt Dickerson, with a sack on quarterback Zach Wilson. He's having a great camp, too, surprisingly. Matt Dickerson is really kind of showing off that he could really make this team and push for probably some snaps in the season. Edge rusher Mo Kamara held by an offensive lineman, Larry Bornham. Larry Bornham is not having a good camp. He's, really just struggling. Linebacker Willie Gay Jr. had a pass breakup. Man, oh man. Dude is all over the field. Wide receiver Theo Weiss Jr. with the drop. by edge rusher Grayson Murphy and linebacker Channing Tindall. There we go. Channing Tindall. We'll see if he makes the team. He's having a decent camp, better than he's ever had before. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if he's making enough plays to make the team. It just looks like things are kind of coming together. One-on-one time, first up, offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. Patrick Paul won every snap, dominating everyone, including Bradley Chubb twice. Bourne did better than yesterday when he was extremely lackluster. Jalen won majority of his reps except one against guard James freaking Daniels. That is awesome. Tackle Jackson Carman was hot and cold. I don't know. He's not great. Matt Dickerson won every rep. That is phenomenal to hear that Patrick Paul won every rep. One-on-ones is a very hard thing to do good at because, you don't have somebody to basically bump off of. You're essentially just trying to stop the person in front of you. So for an offensive lineman to win every rep, boy, oh boy, did we find our guy. Receivers versus corners, A.J. Henning just routed up Cornell Armstrong. Cornerback Ethan Bonner had a nice punch-out. Wide receiver Nick Westbrook-Akine dropped a comeback. Jalen Waddle with a smooth slant and go on Bonner that would have ended with a touchdown. Wide receiver Andrew Armstrong with a pair of nice grabs with Jack Jones at defense. Cornerback Cam Smith has a compression sleeve on his right leg. Dude, oh my goodness. What's this guy? I don't understand, we'll get back into it, but I don't understand why some of these kids, I know clearly he's not in shape, and I don't want to speculate on anything, but it's like you're just not taking your life seriously, and it's just so crazy to me that you have an opportunity. Like, if someone could gift wrap you having a starting job in the NFL, the Miami Dolphins are basically doing it, and this dude still just doesn't want to have it. It's like he's almost trying to not take the starting role. Like it's almost bonkers to me. Like this dude is trying to not have the starting role. I digress. Tyreek Hill is excused from Wednesday's practice due to personal reasons. Great. I don't care. Honestly, I really don't care. Jalen Waddle's the dude. He's going to be the man this year. I really don't give a crap. People that weren't there as well is Jalen Conyers, which kind of sucks. I want Jalen Conyers there. Aaron Brewer, I can't wait till he gets back. Obviously, Ashton Davis and Barra Matos, obviously. Offensive lineman I've never heard of, Obina Ize. Never heard of that guy. I don't know who the hell that is. Linebacker Daquan Jackson. Cornerback Kendall Sheffield. Safety, he said that again. Dante Trader. B.J. Adams, and unfortunately, Kader Kohu. Jalen Waddle wore the orange jersey today, and that pretty much wraps up practice. A lot to talk about after that, really just unfortunate news with Kader, because I didn't think it was a serious injury. Like the way they were kind of making it seem, it just seemed like he maybe touched knees, but I'm guessing he tore an ACL or something like that. I don't know what happened there, but Kader is out for the season, and now you got to ramp up your search for a corner. You have to sign somebody now. Like this is now or never. Because Kader was going to be the starter. Now you don't really have a starter on the team, and looking at basically Andrew Armstrong, an undrafted rookie, crossing up Jack Jones. I don't know. I don't see it. So we're in emergency situations right now. I think, I don't want to overreact, but I was fully expecting Kader Kohu to be on the field this year. The fact that it's a season-ending injury is bonkers. The Ashton Davis thing, we have other safeties, so it's not that big of a deal. Kader Kohu was the only one that was a lock for a start. Now, dude, you might as well sign... I tell you what, you might as well sign Asante and Rasul Douglas. Like, I don't know. I'm totally kidding about that. But at least sign Rasul Douglas. I think that will be definitely something that happens very soon. Once we get the Zach Sealer contract done, I think we're going to bring in Rasul Douglas because at this point, I get it. Jack Jones was starter. I get it. Mike Hilton, could be a nickel. But you don't really have anybody right now. You don't have any solid figures, and there needs to be someone. It looks like, again, Cam Smith might have a soft tissue injury, which is just showing me that you didn't keep up, your process during the off season. So, that's one of the biggest. I'm going to rant a little bit right now, but man, oh man, is that kid really just throwing his life away? Like, you have every opportunity to take this starting role. Like, you've been in the league for, this is your third year. You were a second-round pick that was highly touted. Like, I know all of us seeing Cam Smith in South Carolina was like, this guy could be a really good corner in the NFL. The fact that you're sitting there and you just don't care to have a starting job, like you really don't give a crap, is mind-boggling me, because he has a child. It's like, when you want to give every opportunity to be able to make a certain amount of money, like, and I can guarantee you, the way that this kid is, you don't get your crap together, he's probably going to spend all that money once he's out of the league, because no one's going to pick him up after this team. Like, if he can't even make the team this year, because that's really going to be a struggle. The way that it's looking, he's probably going to be like third string, and it's like maybe a practice squad player. No one's picking you up. You're probably going to spend all this money on stupid crap like you've been doing. Really just want to throw your life away. Like, that's wild to me. The opportunity that you have, and you just want to just throw it in the trash. I digress. So we need a corner badly, obviously. The offensive line, I think, last video I put out yesterday was talking about the offensive line. I think with James Daniels there, man, this offensive line it's becoming serious. Like, the fact that Patrick Paul, against every pass rusher that he faced, was able to stop him. And it wasn't like nobody's. Like, you're facing Bradley Chubbs and probably facing Chops and probably facing, whoever else, maybe Matt Dickerson's, or, whoever they put him against, he was able to stop. And they were saying twice he stopped Bradley Chubb, which that's serious. Like, that's completely different than what we're thinking. And if you're able to stop one-on-ones, that is a completely different story. Because when you're on the field and you're playing in scrimmage, yeah, you can get beat a little bit and push someone out to the side, and Tua can step up or whatever it is. When you're playing one-on-ones, everyone is watching you, trying to see if you can stop the person in front of you. And he did that every time. That is phenomenal. James Daniels, dude, when you look at this freaking guy in the interviews, I've never seen a more jacked offensive lineman in my life. Like, usually offensive linemen are big, but you can see their how do you say it? You can see, like, they have a certain body type. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain body type that you see. I was watching the freaking interview with James Daniels. Goodness gracious, like, this dude is just solid muscle everywhere. Like, you look at the guy's arms, and it's like, usually you have the offensive lineman, it's like a straight line. Like, got big arms, but they're just a straight line. This guy's freaking definition of muscle in his arms was, it was wacko. Like, I couldn't believe watching this dude. This is an offensive lineman. Looked like an Aaron Donald build. I'm so excited for James. Like, this offensive line looks so serious. And again, I think it's really, really turning into something crazy this coming year with James Daniels. Jonah is playing well. Patrick Paul is really getting it. Austin Jackson, honestly, I'm already good with Austin Jackson. I think Austin Jackson is underrated offensive lineman that we've had for the past couple years. And then you're going to get Aaron Brewer back, which is going to literally just calm everything down, because the only issue right now is obviously, and even the backup center hasn't been playing bad. Like, this offensive line is looking legit. And to have this crazy pass rush going against this awesome offensive line, iron sharpens iron, bro. And this is going to be like a top 7 defensive line going against top 7 offensive line, and they're just going to keep getting each other better up to the season. It's looking phenomenal. Like, I am very excited about this. The only unfortunate thing is the secondary. It's the only issue that I see right now, because Cater was going to be a big part of it. And that's just, the problem is right now we have to go in emergency mode and find a corner, because you cannot go into this season with, like, Jack Jones and I don't know, Ethan Bonner or Storm Duck as your starting corners, because now it's becoming an issue. Like now, they're not playing bad again. I get it, but you're playing against your own players. It's completely different when you're playing against a player from a different team where you don't know what he likes to do. You don't know his different techniques. Like each player is different. So it's going to be completely different when you're playing against a different team where you kind of understand the style of offense that Mike McDaniel runs. It's totally different story when you're playing against somebody else. And, again, it's starting to be that, again, I don't want to speculate too much, but if you have Andrew Armstrong beating you on plays, I'm hoping Jack Jones can turn into something. But Andrew Armstrong is an undrafted free agent rookie. I understand they paid him guaranteed money, but if he's murking you on plays, I mean, what is T. Higgins going to do to you? You know what I'm saying? And he had interceptions, but also Jack Jones let up a lot of touchdowns. So it's like, I don't know. I'm happy with the team, 100%. Like, if I could be real with you, I'm very happy with the team. Don't like look at my stance. I just did not expect Cater to not be here for the entire season. So, like I said, I think this is just going to ramp up that thing of we need to sign Rasul Douglas. Like, we need to get Zach Sealer signed, and we need to sign Rasul Douglas. That needs to happen now, because Cam Smith, turning into just hot garbage. Like, he's just not going to play. I just don't see him taking the field this year, which is unfortunate. What a waste of a second-round pick. We don't really have a starter. I don't really see any starters on this team. You're kind of just, if you were to go with what we have right now, you're just putting out and wishing on a hope and a prayer that these guys can come into the mold. The only one that I see that could be reliable is Mike Hilton, because he's going to be in the nickel. So, the other two X and Y corners, I don't see anybody that can play against a Jamar Chase and a T. Higgins, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to that game with my buddy who's a Bengals fan, and I want to see some corners that can cover T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. I don't want to see them running all over the field. So, they need to sign a corner now. That this is it. Like Cater going down, that's the one person you did not want to go down. With him going down, needs to be a corner. But besides that, stock up again. It's going to be like this every single practice pretty much. Willie Gay is playing phenomenal. Like, doesn't matter who he's playing against. He's getting sacks. He's tipping passes. He's stopping people for a run. He's playing phenomenal. Like, at a certain point, I mean, Terrell Dodson is great too. I don't know who you put as the linebacker next to Jordan Brooks, because it's like, I mean, again, Terrell Dodson came in last year, and he was like the Willie Gay of this team. Who do you put in? I don't even know, because Willie Gay is just going to bring you so much energy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Terrell Dodson may be a little better in coverage, but not by much. But the defense overall, the pass rushers chop. Jalen winning on every single one-on-one drill. Jalen looks like he is hungry to have a full season of like 12, 15 sacks. Chubb looks like he's hungry to have the same number. Chop, I think, is going to have probably 10-plus sacks as well. We signed Zach Sealer hopefully very soon. I think he's going to have, and then this offensive line is doing very well against them. So it's like, I speculate top 7 pass rush, maybe better than that. This offensive line is starting to play well against them. So I think this is going to be the first year that Tua finally has a very legit offensive line where he can scan the field and read defenses. And it's going to make for such a phenomenal year where he understands that he can throw the ball away, because that's a big key to it. But what is it, day 7? Ooh, I forgot. Yeah, day 7, I'm pretty sure. Day 7 in the books. Big news. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated tomorrow on what is going on with the Dolphins. But as always, guys, fins up, baby. Oh, comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Cater injury, who you think we need to sign, if you're okay with this team, or if you think it's hot garbage. Like, maybe you always do, because there's some people on here that doesn't matter what they do. This team's garbage. Fins up, baby. Love you all. Peace.